Hollywood, where love is a script. In Hollywood, even love comes with a production schedule. Under the relentless glare of cameras, every kiss risks becoming a commodity, every silence a statement. Some of the most publicized romances in film history were not born in candlelit dinners or on movie sets, but in boardrooms, where marketing plans replaced love letters. Here, affection is strategy, not serendipity. Relationships are launchpads for movie premieres, branding deals, and image repair. In an age where authenticity trends on social media, nothing is more marketable than the illusion of real love. The Superman Experiment, Henry Cavill and Kaley Cuoco. When Man of Steel premiered in 2013, Warner Bros. Was desperate to humanize its new Superman. Enter Kaley Cuoco, America's sitcom sweetheart. Within days, paparazzi caught Cavill and Cuoco at a Los Angeles farmer's market. They laughed like teenagers, clutched coffee cups like props, and somehow managed to look perfect in every frame. It was cinematic. Their fling lasted 2 weeks, long enough for tabloids to label them Hollywood's new power couple. Cuoco later told Cosmopolitan, "I had no one following me until I met Superman." Both actors were repped by the same PR firm. Both had projects to promote. It was less romance and more rollout, one that rebranded Cavill as both hero and heartthrob. When they split, no one cried. The audience had already moved on to the next storyline. The 72-day wedding, Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries. No one monetized matrimony quite like Kim Kardashian. Her 2011 wedding to NBA player Kris Humphries was a made-for-TV spectacle. A $10 million ceremony filmed for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, complete with floral walls and crystal chandeliers. The marriage lasted 72 days. Kim filed for divorce before the last episode even aired. Humphries told People, "I love my wife and I'm devastated." Kim, meanwhile, teased the season finale. "It'll probably be our best season yet." The ratings proved her right. The wedding generated $18 million in revenue and more followers than any ad campaign could buy. Whether or not the love was real no longer mattered. The audience had paid for the ticket. Romance, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. Their story began at the Eiffel Tower and ended in a courthouse. 2 months after they met, Tom Cruise proposed to Katie Holmes during a press tour for War of the Worlds. The gesture felt rehearsed. The world applauded anyway. Cruise's infamous couch jumping on Oprah sealed the spectacle. For years, they embodied a Hollywood fairy tale, until Holmes abruptly filed for divorce while Cruise was overseas. Reports claimed she'd planned the exit in secret, fearing their daughter Suri would be pulled deeper into Scientology. Insiders whispered that the marriage was contractual, complete with performance clauses and bonuses. True or not, the rumor stuck because it made sense. In Hollywood, love isn't lined, it's optioned. Parenthood by contract, Michael Jackson and Debbie Rowe. When Michael Jackson married nurse Debbie Rowe in 1996, fans sighed in relief. The king of pop was finally settling down. But the reality was transactional. Rowe later admitted, "I did it for him to become a father, not for me to become a mother." 2 children, 3 years, 1 divorce, and a property settlement later, the facade collapsed. It was less a romance than a reputational shield, a way to deflect speculation during the most scrutinized years of his life. In a culture obsessed with image, marriage offered legitimacy money couldn't buy. The breakup that sold. Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn. After the Brad Pitt heartbreak, Jennifer Aniston needed healing and a box office hit. The breakup offered both. She and co-star Vince Vaughn became a couple just as the movie's marketing began. Their chemistry was undeniable on screen and suspiciously timed off-screen. Vaughn later confessed to Playboy that he hated the attention. You like someone and you're spending time with them, that's separate. Except nothing is separate in Hollywood. Their real breakup arrived as the DVD hit stores, a perfect narrative arc. When love syncs with release dates, coincidence starts to look like choreography. The Summer of Swift, Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston. It began on a dance floor and ended on a beach. After meeting at the Met Gala in 2016, Swift and Hiddleston were everywhere: Italy, Australia, Rhode Island. He wore a tank top reading "I love TS," the merch nobody asked for. The romance felt too polished, too cinematic. Rumors said Hiddleston was auditioning for the role of James Bond. Swift was rebooting her image after the Kim-Ye feud. 3 months later, the relationship evaporated, leaving behind sun-drenched paparazzi shots and a global debate over authenticity. In the streaming age, even a fling has a distribution strategy. Reality implosion: Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna. When Rob Kardashian emerged from years of isolation with Blac Chyna on his arm, tabloids exploded. Their relationship moved at the speed of reality TV: engaged, pregnant, televised. Their show, Rob and Chyna, premiered before their daughter was born. Then came restraining orders, hacked accounts, leaked photos. In court, Rob thanked the judge for granting me this restraining order as if reading from a script. The line blurred between episode and evidence. The Kardashians had perfected a formula: pain equals profit, chaos equals content. The PR remix: Drake and Jennifer Lopez. Late 2016, 2 superstars, 1 Instagram photo. Drake hugged Lopez on a velvet couch, the internet melted. They attended shows together, swapped coy captions, and vanished 3 months later. Neither confirmed nor denied romance. Industry insiders dubbed it mutual amplification, a social media duet. Both artists rode the wave to new releases, higher streams, and renewed headlines. In modern Hollywood, ambiguity is the ultimate marketing tool. The less you explain, the more they believe. Twilighted Hearts: Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. Their on-screen love in Twilight captivated millions. Their off-screen romance monetized it. Studio executives never admitted staging the couple, but premieres doubled as date nights, and magazine covers sold fantasies of eternal devotion. When Stewart's affair with director Rupert Sanders surfaced, the illusion shattered. Pattinson's restrained reaction, "It's just young people," sounded rehearsed. Years later, Stewart confessed, "People wanted me and Rob to be together so badly that our relationship became a product. It wasn't real life anymore." Her words summarized the entire ecosystem. Fans didn't buy tickets to the movie, they bought tickets to the relationship. The award season illusion: Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. When A Star is Born premiered in 2018, the world fell in love, not just with the film, but with its stars. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga blurred the line between acting and authenticity so convincingly that audiences left theaters debating whether their chemistry was art or confession. Their Oscar night duet of Shallow became one of the most dissected performances in television history. They gazed into each other's eyes as if sharing a private secret before millions. The camera cut to the crowd. Gasps, tears, speculation. That moment launched 1,000 think pieces. Were they lovers? Was this performance or reality? Gaga ended the mystery later. "We wanted people to believe it. That's what we wanted you to see. Love." She admitted what Hollywood rarely does, that illusion itself can be the most powerful form of truth. Their romance sold tickets, albums, and a myth that felt more real than reality. The lesson was clear: emotion is the last currency Hollywood still trades in sincerely. The Lockdown Lovers: Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. When the world shut down in 2020, cameras didn't stop rolling. They just followed different scripts. Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas became the unofficial faces of pandemic love.
walking dogs, sipping iced coffee, wearing matching masks. Every morning, paparazzi captured them in perfect lighting at the same corner, as if their neighborhood strolls were scheduled events. They met on the set of Deep Water, an erotic thriller about a marriage built on lies. Life imitated art too precisely. When filming wrapped and the movie's release was delayed, the couple quietly dissolved. The premiere eventually arrived, and audiences couldn't separate the fiction from the photographs. Their romance had been a marketing campaign all along, slow-burn intimacy in serial installments, perfectly timed to revive a struggling film's publicity. When the camera stopped, so did the love story. The Algorithmic Affair, Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. For Generation Z, love isn't declared with roses, it's posted with hashtags. When Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello released their hit Señorita in 2019, the steamy music video sparked rumors instantly. Within weeks, paparazzi photos confirmed the relationship. The young stars fed the narrative: joint appearances, synchronized TikToks, hand-holding in Miami. Yet their affection often felt strangely performative. Kisses on cue, perfectly timed paparazzi moments, captions crafted for virality. In July 2020, during lockdown, they were photographed on daily quarantine walks, sipping coffee in slow motion, barefoot and disheveled, yet somehow flawless. It looked like a Netflix docuseries in real time. When they broke up, both released singles about heartbreak within weeks, a duet in absence. Fans cried, Spotify rejoiced. Love, once the ultimate rebellion, had become another algorithmic loop. The Gothic brand, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Some couples advertised their love with selfies. MGK and Megan Fox advertised theirs with blood. From their first red carpet together, the pair turned Gothic intimacy into a performance piece. They claimed to drink each other's blood for ritual purposes. Interviews blurred eroticism and occultism, positioning them as rock and roll royalty for the TikTok age. "Love is pain," Fox declared. "We are two halves of the same soul." Their aesthetic, black latex, sharp jewelry, public arguments, became a marketing identity, selling not just tabloids, but luxury fashion. MGK's album Mainstream Sellout coincided with the height of their relationship coverage. Their breakup rumors arrived just as his tour did. Coincidence? Or the new choreography of fame? Their saga wasn't about affection, but about amplification, a love story weaponized for attention. The Art of Damage, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Not all publicity relationships end with a press release. Some end in court. The union of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard began as a Hollywood fantasy, a charismatic legend and a rising star. But by the time their marriage collapsed, it had become a global media war. What started as whispered allegations evolved into one of the most public defamation trials in history. Millions watched live streams of testimonies, dissecting every grimace like a scene in a movie. Memes, hashtags, and TikTok edits transformed domestic trauma into digital entertainment. The irony was unbearable. Two actors accused of playing roles in real life, now performing in front of the world for legal survival. In the end, both reputations were scarred, both audiences divided. It was the final metamorphosis of Hollywood, from fairy tale to courtroom thriller. The Perfect Disaster, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They were Hollywood's golden couple, until they weren't. Their love began in scandal on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, while Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston. For years, Brangelina symbolized modern glamour, humanitarian missions, 6 children, a French chateau. But the perfect image fractured. In 2016, Jolie filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences. Behind closed doors, there were accusations of temper, control, and emotional exhaustion. Their breakup was dissected by the same media that once worshipped their union. In a poetic twist, the pair's last collaboration, By the Sea, depicted a crumbling marriage, written and directed by Jolie herself. The film flopped, but foretold their real-life ending. They sold the fantasy of eternal love, and when it collapsed, it sold just as well. The Open Marriage Script, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. For decades, Will and Jada were Hollywood's emblem of longevity. Then came The Entanglement. When Jada admitted to a relationship with singer August Alsina during a separation from Will, the internet exploded. Their emotional confrontation on Red Table Talk, a show they themselves produced, became one of the most viral relationship breakdowns ever broadcast. Fans alternated between empathy and disbelief. Was it vulnerability or strategy? Ratings suggested the latter. The Smiths rebranded marital turbulence into raw content. Will's Oscar slap in 2022 against comedian Chris Rock, triggered by a joke about Jada, symbolized years of bottled spectacle. It wasn't just about an insult, it was the breaking point of a carefully managed image. Their marriage remains a riddle, perhaps genuine, perhaps the longest-running performance in showbiz history.
The designer relationship. Kanye West and Julia Fox. When Kanye West, now Ye, appeared with actress Julia Fox in early 2022, their relationship felt instantly cinematic, because it literally was. Within weeks, Fox described their romance to Interview magazine as a Cinderella moment, complete with wardrobe changes curated by Ye himself. Photographers documented every outing. Latex, Balenciaga, matching denim. It was less courtship than collaboration, an art installation built from heartbreak. Ye had just divorced Kim Kardashian. Fox was catapulted from indie notoriety to global fame. By Valentine's Day, the relationship had ended. Ye sent truckloads of roses to Kim instead. Fox later called the experience performance art. She wasn't wrong. Their fling was a living, breathing PR campaign, a temporary exhibition in the Museum of Fame. The Forbidden Set, Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde. When Harry Styles joined Don't Worry Darling, directed by Olivia Wilde, the production instantly became a gossip factory. Wilde's breakup with Jason Sudeikis overlapped with whispers of her new romance with Styles. Behind-the-scenes drama, feuds, walkouts, and viral Spitgate conspiracies overshadowed the movie itself. Their love story, whether authentic or opportunistic, ensured constant headlines. On red carpets, their glances looked choreographed. Online, their fans formed rival factions. By the time the film premiered, the relationship had served its purpose: maximum visibility. When it quietly ended months later, no one was surprised. In the social media era, a couple can promote a film more effectively than any trailer. The Billionaire's Muse, Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. In 2023, photos of Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner kissing at a Beyoncé concert broke the internet. The pairing seemed improbable, the Oscar-nominated actor and the billionaire beauty mogul. For months, the relationship appeared in flashes, a paparazzi photo here, a red carpet glance there. Both careers thrived in the wake of renewed media obsession. Critics called it the merger of cinema and commerce. Fans, meanwhile, argued over authenticity, as if love could be audited. Whether genuine or calculated, Chalamet and Jenner embodied a new hybrid, the lifestyle couple, where romance is a brand collaboration. The Melodic Mirage, Selena Gomez and The Weeknd. Their 2017 romance unfolded like a pop ballad in real time. They attended award shows, posted matching selfies, and walked hand in hand through paparazzi storms. The timing? Perfectly aligned with both of their album cycles. Gomez's revival tour had just concluded. The Weeknd's Starboy album needed human warmth to counter its dark persona. Their relationship lasted 10 months, ending just as Gomez reconciled with Justin Bieber. But the music endured. The Weeknd's next project included haunting breakup lyrics. Gomez released songs about healing. Both albums soared. Love as content, heartbreak as chart performance. The Global Heartbreak, Shakira and Gerard Piqué. For over a decade, Shakira and soccer star Gerard Piqué seemed indestructible. Two global icons, two children, one glamorous life in Barcelona. Then came betrayal. In 2022, Shakira discovered Piqué's affair with a much younger woman. The breakup unleashed one of the most culturally seismic musical responses in recent memory. Shakira turned her pain into art. The viral diss track, BZRP Music Sessions Vol 53, broke records worldwide, with lyrics skewing her ex by name. "You traded a Ferrari for a Twingo," she sang, and fans cheered like spectators at a digital coliseum. Piqué mocked the song by arriving at work in a Renault Twingo. The feud became a meme, a symbol, a mirror reflecting modern voyeurism. The world didn't just watch the breakup, it participated. The studio of the heart. There was a time when the studio system controlled every frame of an actor's life. From hairstyles to holidays, every public gesture was scripted. Today, that control has migrated, from studios to social feeds, from agents to algorithms. What hasn't changed is the performance. Love in Hollywood has never simply been about intimacy. It's about story. A story that sustains careers, distracts from scandal, or feeds the endless appetite of an audience that confuses voyeurism with connection. For decades, stars have understood one brutal truth. When the camera stops loving you, you disappear. And so they keep the camera interested by turning their own hearts into content. Emotions as capital. Every era has its currency. In the golden age of cinema, it was beauty and mystery. In the television age, it was relatability. Now, in the social media age, the new currency is emotional transparency, the illusion of vulnerability. PR experts no longer simply leak romances. They manufacture narratives of healing, self-discovery, and rebirth. A celebrity breakup isn't a tragedy, it's a rebrand. A tearful interview isn't confession, it's content optimization. For the publicist, every emotion has a measurable ROI. A red carpet kiss boosts engagement. A divorce post spikes comments. A teary apology resets image sentiment. The modern love story is just another campaign. Soft launch, viral peak, controlled burn, fade out. The audience's addiction. It would be easy to blame the celebrities, but they're not the only performers in this theater. We, the audience, are the co-authors. We refresh gossip sites, dissect body language, and declare verdicts on Twitter threads. Each fake relationship survives because millions of people need to believe in it. If not as truth, then as entertainment. Psychologists call it parasocial intimacy, the illusion that we know these people, that their emotions validate our own. When Selena Gomez cries on stage, or Will Smith apologizes on YouTube, the line between viewer and participant collapses. We feel seen, even though we're only watching. Fame has always been a mirror. Now it's a touchscreen, and every tap, like, and share sustains the illusion. The architects of illusion. Behind every viral romance lies an invisible cast. The PR strategist who coordinates leaks. The photographer who's coincidentally there. The stylist who color codes outfits for contrast. The journalist who frames the narrative with plausible denial. Entire agencies now specialize in reputation choreography. They monitor sentiment analysis, plan relationship arcs, and time public appearances like product launches. Contracts sometimes include non-disclosure clauses, image use rights, and joint monetization options. One insider once summarized it bluntly: there's no difference between promoting a Marvel movie and promoting a marriage. The goal is to trend. The result is an industry where sincerity and performance are indistinguishable, a romantic capitalism in which affection is the product and privacy the price. From Hollywood to everywhere. What began on Sunset Boulevard has infected the entire culture. Influencers stage soft relationships for followers.
YouTubers post breakup vlogs with cinematic lighting. Even ordinary users curate couples' aesthetics on Instagram, mirroring the tropes of celebrity PR. The Hollywood model, love as performance, has become the global template for relevance. Everyone at some level is now their own publicist. The line between real affection and engagement farming has vanished not only for stars, but for us. The anatomy of a fomance. Dissect any high-profile relationship and a pattern emerges. 1. The spark.
a strategic encounter at a premiere or event designed for spontaneous photos. 2. The confirmation. Cryptic posts, shared accessories, denials that sound like teasers. 3. The saturation. Constant paparazzi presence, magazine spreads, social synchronization. 4. The fracture. Rumors, silence, a deleted photo, sources close to the couple. 5. The reinvention. Interviews about self-growth, new projects, new loves. It's not deceit, it's design. The same 5-act structure as any movie. Because in Hollywood, even heartbreak follows a screenplay. Behind the curtain, the human cost. For all the laughter and spectacle, the toll is real. Actors lose the boundary between their on-screen and off-screen selves. When every emotion becomes performance, authenticity erodes. Former couples often describe a peculiar grief, not over lost love, but over lost privacy of feeling. As Kristen Stewart once said, "Our relationship stopped being ours." That's the paradox of fame. The more people love you, the less of you remains. Mental health professionals report that narrative fatigue, the exhaustion of constantly curating one's identity, is now endemic among celebrities. Behind every smile on a red carpet lies an existential dread. Who am I when the audience leaves? The business of belief. Hollywood no longer sells stories, it sells believability. Theaters are emptying, but gossip feeds never stop scrolling. Public fascination with celebrity truth has become the last thriving genre. Every PR romance serves a dual purpose: to humanize the product, the actor, the artist, and to distract from the production, the scandal, the failure, the lawsuit. It's crisis management disguised as love story. And because the system works, it keeps repeating. Brad Pitt's post-divorce redemption arc, Johnny Depp's courtroom resurrection, Kim Kardashian's rebrand from scandal to mogul, all built upon public appetite for emotional narratives. The love story is no longer the subplot, it's the business model, the symmetry of scandal. Every fake couple eventually reveals the same irony. The lie must feel real or it won't work. To sell an illusion of love, the participants must inhabit it fully, emotionally, physically, sometimes even legally. That's why so many PR relationships blur into genuine pain. Actors fall for their co-stars, singers confuse attention with affection, influencers forget where performance ends. The deception becomes self-fulfilling. Hollywood doesn't simply fake love, it manufactures belief, and belief has consequences. Once the curtain rises, even the actors can't tell whether they're playing or feeling anymore. The quiet rebels. Yet among the chaos, some have rebelled. Keanu Reeves walking red carpets with artist Alexandra Grant, gray hair, no spectacle, became a radical act of authenticity. Zendaya and Tom Holland's attempt to keep their relationship private felt almost revolutionary. In a landscape built on performance, silence itself became a rebellion. Audiences responded with relief. Perhaps, after decades of voyeurism, people are exhausted by perfection. They crave something imperfect, unmarketed, real. Maybe, beneath the cynicism, there's still a hunger for sincerity, proof that not everything beautiful must also be branded. Reflections on desire. Why do we care so much? Because these stories, even the fake ones, offer something primal. They let us feel part of the mythology of love without risking the pain of it. They turn intimacy into a shared language, accessible to anyone with Wi-Fi. Each romance, each scandal, is a miniature morality tale. The cost of fame, the danger of desire, the fragility of self. We keep watching because on some level, we're watching ourselves. Our need to be seen, to be adored, to be believed. The end of the fairy tale. Maybe the final truth of Hollywood love is that there was never one truth at all. Just layers of narrative, carefully lit and rehearsed until even the participants forgot the script. Love in this world isn't dead, it's digitized. It exists in echoes, a quote, a repost, a rumor, a song. The fairy tale hasn't vanished, it's just been optimized for engagement. The curtain may fall, but the feed never stops refreshing. The heart behind the hashtag.
Somewhere in Los Angeles, a young actor scrolls through headlines and wonders whether falling in love publicly might finally make him famous. Somewhere else, a publicist drafts a sources confirm statement before the first date has even happened. And millions of strangers wait to click, to comment, to care. This is the ecosystem we built, a world where the performance of love matters more than its experience, where the audience applauds sincerity but rewards spectacle, where privacy feels obsolete and truth feels optional. Perhaps one day, the pendulum will swing back toward quiet relationships, unposted moments, unfiltered emotion. Until then, Hollywood will keep playing the same role it always has, the dream factory. And we, its faithful audience, will keep buying the ticket. Because no matter how many times we learn it's fake, we still want to believe.